message today, but I've seen a lot of complaints about that because I do have one shirt.
I want to buy it. I want to buy it, Scarlett. My name's Sebastian, by the way. It's an exciting time in your life. I mean, you've accomplished so much. You were in AAA in Mexico, you were at TNA, you paid your dues on the Indies, then NXT, then the main roster. You've seen everything. But I still think that this phase right now is the most interesting phase so far in your career because I felt like the spotlight wasn't necessarily on you and Karrion Cross, but you guys somehow grabbed it, grabbed all the attention, managed to steal the spotlight, and the fans are loving it. I mean, what's your perception of all this?
So I think it's a good lesson for everyone in WWE, for everyone on the independent scene, anyone in wrestling right now, that even though you're with a big company, it doesn't mean you have to stop promoting yourself. Like your social media is one of the most useful, best tools that we have. WWE is an amazing platform. I mean, we're in front of millions of people every single week, but that doesn't mean you have to stop working on your promos. You don't have to stop. Learning new things like riding a motorcycle or learning new skills. Like you're always trying to add new tools to your toolbox and you want to utilize everything you possibly have. So we just took that mindset into Mania Week. I mean, we were not set to do anything on Mania Week whatsoever. um, so we just wanted to make the most of it because everyone's there, everyone's watching. So I feel like everyone working right now in wrestling should kind of take that mindset too.
And you guys are wrestling fans deep inside of you because you give me these Bam Bam Bigelow and Luna Vachon vibes. You can't tell me that you didn't build yourselves after power couples like
Oh,
that. Or am I totally wrong? Am I totally wrong?
um, So for me, it was more film and actually for Cross too, but I'd say it was a combination of both. I love Sensational Sherry, love people like Lita, love Maurice, but my favorite characters came from film and television. So I was trying to create something that was a balance of myself, qualities I didn't like in people for a good heel, and things I would want to be as my best self. So kind of blending all that, and then with the movie and wrestling characters.
So who's your favorite movie character of all time?
Probably Elizabeth Hurley in Bedazzled. I probably model my character off of her more than anyone else.
Wow, that's interesting. That's interesting. Scarlett, I have pages of fan questions that I've printed out. Are you ready for the fans in Germany, Switzerland, Austria, from all over the world?
Ready? Let's do it, Deutschland. Let's do it.
The first question is from Lisa. What do you think? Would Kathy Kelly have joined Seth Rollins' new faction?
Oh, Kathy Kelly has bad girl energy all over her, and I love that about her. I'm very excited to see what she does in the future because I know she was saying, well, actually, it was the dirt sheets that were dropping that she might be managing soon. So if I had to guess between babyface and heel, Kathy Kelly is such a heel.
Wow, who would have thought? Shout out to Kathy Kelly, by the way.
You know why? Because she's so sweet and awesome in person. I feel like she has that bad side like deep down in her that's like raging to come out because she's so sweet all the time. So I think that's what it
Wow,
is.
wow. Tamara wants to know, how did you get into wrestling?
So I actually didn't watch wrestling as a kid. My parents didn't let me. So it was too violent. It was too crazy. My parents would turn it off every time I tried to watch it on TV. But when I had my first job when I was in high school, I worked in a movie theater, and the people I worked with, they would go to indie wrestling shows every single month, and the promotion was AAW. The champion was Tyler Black, aka Seth Rollins. So I decided instead of going to my prom, I decided to go to my first independent wrestling show. Why not? Absolutely fell in love with it. I didn't know where to get started with it, but I asked the promoter, can I help set up chairs? Can I help clean up afterwards? And I would go every single month and help sell raffle tickets. And then 6 months later, it was December, Christmas. They asked me if I had a sexy Santa costume. I said, sure. And said, we're going to give you a pile driver. And I said, what's a pile driver? That was my first bump I ever took. Yeah.
Ooh, that's heavy. That's heavy. I mean, you could have started with a body slam or something like that.
I mean, I was the thing that everyone who knew me back then said. I was absolutely fearless. I still am. I wouldn't say no to anything as far as taking crazy moves, which I don't recommend at this point, obviously. But for the first like 10 years of my life, it's like, yeah, let's do all this. Let's try it. I don't know what it is, but sure. Very lucky that more hasn't happened for injuries. But yeah, that's how I started. And then when they carried me to the back, they threw a bucket of snow on me and they said, "Welcome to the business." And that was the start of it.
What an introduction. I like it. I like it. I like it. Nico wants to know, according to the internet, you lived in Romania for a while. How long did you live there, and does this mean that you have a special bond with Europe?
So, okay, I never get to talk about these. These are questions I never get, so I'm very excited. So I am a first generation Romanian American. Both my parents are immigrants from there. I was born in Chicago, but my mom sent me back for the first 4 years of my life to live in Romania to be raised by my grandmother while my parents went back and forth trying to create stability here. My mom, she was a bagger at a grocery store. My father would unload boxes at an electronics store. So that's how they tried to learn English. So I spent the first 4 years of my life being raised mostly by my grandparents in Romania. That was my first language. When I came back here, I'm sure anyone who's an immigrant knows this. You kind of feel, you start to feel too European for the Americans and too American for the Europeans. So it feels like a very strange in between. Um, but absolutely, I still have a very, very strong connection to Romania and Europe. Very excited to watch Eurovision next week as well. But I would love, 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 love to go to Romania if we could have a wrestling show over there. I'd love to see my family still over there because it's just me and my mom here.
Wow. Do you still speak the language?
Da, da. Puțin, nu mai vorbesc așa de bine. Accentul e mai american, doar pot să înțeleg tot. I just told you my accent is very American at this point, but I can understand everything in Romanian.
Incredible. Incredible. Wow. Next question here is from Leanda. On your social channels, we could see that you love traveling. Are there any countries you want to visit for the very first time?
Oh yeah. Just looking at this one account yesterday, I would love to go to Victoria Falls in Tanzania. Would love to climb Kilimanjaro.
Wow.
Also looking at Ethiopia. I like to go kind of to off the beaten path countries. I love adventure countries. Morocco's a big one I want to go to. So I think Africa would be next. There's a lot of countries I want to go to in Africa.
I've already been to Africa, and we're currently thinking about our holidays in Morocco, but I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. But it's a beautiful country.
Did you love it?
I wasn't in Morocco yet, but I plan on going there this year. And but we're still thinking about the ideal goal, the ideal place to spend our holidays, because there's such a wide array of countries that we haven't seen yet. You can't visit all the countries, I feel, but Morocco is in the inner circle, in the last selection of like 5 cities or countries that we want to go.
Please promise me if you go before me, please let me know how it is.
I will. I will. No problem at all. This question is from Sven. Besides your husband, who did support you the most to get you where you are now?
I would say my friends actually. So I love my mom so much. She's the last main family member I have. I'm an only child. My father passed, and the rest of my family's in Romania. I haven't seen them in a very long time. But my mom never supported my wrestling. To this day, she's been to one show. She watched me take a move from Tommy Dreamer. She watched people, yell all sorts of slurs at me, and I was having fun. I loved it. But she never went again. She's so terrified. So I would say she's probably the least supportive. Love her to death, but my friends and my close circle, absolutely.
My mom is the same. I spend a lot of time on the indies too. She saw me do a moonsault once, and she said, "I never want to see that again." But I think they're still supportive deep in their heart. They're just afraid that you might get hurt or something
Yes,
like that. And
exactly.
that's how it is, basically. Paul wants to know, you are a great singer. Which artists were your favorites growing up, and who do you listen to at this stage of your life?
I had absolutely terrible taste in music growing up. I liked the pop, the generic Britney Spears, NSYNC. I remember singing "Hit Me, Baby, One More Time" was kind of the first, and Spice Girls. I had terrible taste in music, but then I was classically trained, and I was trained in Broadway.
Wow.
So my mezzo soprano, and it was the Broadway styles. People like Julia Murney, Adina Menzel, Kristen Chenoweth. Those are people who I learned a lot from vocally.
Wow. Wow. Britney Spears, interesting selection. I wouldn't have thought.
Oh, that was very, very early. I did get into Sarah Brightman after that. So Sarah Brightman was that's when my taste started getting better.
Well, what is the cringiest song that you have on your workout playlist? Let me know.
I'm trying to think cringy. I mean, if you're not a show tunes guy, I feel like most of them can be, I guess.
Well, it's always a question of taste, I guess, huh?
I'll a lot of them. It's just kind of what I feel that day, I guess. I feel like I have a lot of cringy stuff, but it's okay. I'm not like shy about it. Maybe that's why it doesn't feel cringy. Because I'm like, if it's what I'm feeling in the moment, it's totally okay. If you want to listen to cringy, weird music, especially with your headphones on, you do you. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a great attitude to have. That's a great attitude. I like it. I like it. Lisa wrote, "Do you want to record more songs in the
Hell
future?"
yeah. Oh yeah. We've been talking about it for a long time. Ash Costello from New Year's Day wanted to do a song with me, Shotzi, and our friend Danny.
Wow.
We wanted to do it a while back, but our schedules weren't lining up. That is definitely something we still want to do in the future.
He's the one who did Rhea Ripley's entrance, right?
Ash Costello, someone sound off in the comments. I can't actually
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that.
Let us
That's
know, guys. Let us know. The music experts, let us know. I will read this question, meanwhile, to you. It's from Sarah. It's a deep question. In Karrion's own documentary about his WrestleMania weekend, you say that you will support whatever fuels his soul. But what fuels your soul?
what fuels my soul is the experience of just living. Such a deep question. So when I first got into wrestling, I think a lot of us are trying to make up for the lack of things in our life. We're looking for external validation. At this point, I feel like I've grown enough to where I can find my own internal validation, and what I really get out of life and what fuels my soul is just the experience of the highs, the lows, the people I love with me, the good food that we get to have on the road, the new places we get to see, the people we get to meet. It's just the experience of, I don't know, human connection, I guess.
It's a great answer. That's a great answer, thinking about it. Deep question, deep answer. I like it. Torsten wants to know, what is the spookiest thing you have ever experienced?
Oh, so when I was on vacation in Thailand, we were in Phuket. I think everyone's a little bit psychic. I think it's like a muscle that you can work out, and that's why some people they feel more sensitive to certain things at certain times, certain places, certain dreams you could have. Things that feel real. I woke up in the middle of the night. I looked in the corner of the room, and I sat up and I started talking, and I saw this big spider looking thing with a white face, like almost like walking like a spider, but imagine like a cigar shaped body, staring at me. This thing looked evil as hell. And I know what I'm looking at, and I see it crawl against the wall, and I'm like, am I just really exhausted? And I'm pointing to it, and I'm yelling in the room, and I'm screaming for my partner to turn the lights on. And he turns on, there's nothing there. And then he's like, what happened? And I'm like, I just saw this thing on the wall. And I know what I saw. I was wide awake. That was probably the scariest. And it actually fell under the description of something called a creeper. So it did fall under something I found later in the books as like this really evil elemental. And my psychic friend, she's a psychic medium. She's like, oh yeah, Thailand's full of those. Asia's full of those. As if it's like, it's not.
Wow. That sounds
Oh,
terrifying. That sounds
it was.
terrifying.
That was all.
but
Yeah.
but Phuket, Thailand seems like the right place for Karrion because of the MMA gyms, the Muay Thai gyms. It's the right place for him, I
Oh,
guess.
Thailand's one of our favorite places in the world. Definitely my number one, absolute number one.
Logic, pure logic there. Which WWE superstar was the most fun to have on your YouTube show, Chamber of Horrors? Question from Luna here.
I would say Grayson Waller and Dom Mysterio are tied for me. So down for anything. So we love Grayson for that. He's very funny. He's down for anything. Dom is just so scared. It's funny, so it's a different kind of guest. But the two of them are probably my favorite.
I saw both episodes and they were tremendous. They were tremendous. What fascinates you about mystery and horror? It's a great question from Marlies.
So I think if you face your fears, you can find things out about yourself. The only way I think you can grow as a person is by conquering fears in healthy ways. So if there is, someone you're afraid to talk to, like I just think you have to try to you have to try to face your fears in order to see what comes on the other side, or else like your life will stay stagnant otherwise.
So
So
to get out of your comfort zone is
yeah,
what you want to
yeah,
say.
yes.
Interesting. I'm not necessarily a horror fan, but do you have a recommendable horror flick or a favorite horror flick?
What have I watched recently? So we were watching Tales from the Crypt Demon Night last night, but that's like a cheesy classic. Sometimes we love the B horror flicks. My favorite of all time is probably House of a Thousand Corpses.
Never seen that.
It's a film. It's definitely a film. I'm not sure if it's for everyone. I love it. Have you seen Hellraiser?
I have. But my favorite, I'm not necessarily a horror fan, but my favorite is Halloween to this day because I
Halloween?
remember the first time seeing it and my parents fell asleep on the couch and I was still watching and turned the movie on by accident and I was too young to watch it. But the fascinating thing about Halloween is it doesn't need all the CGI. It doesn't need the effects. It's just so scary because you never know what's around the corner and the music it's also it's not spectacular but it gets inside your head is what I want to say. It's a
Correct.
tremendous movie. It's a tremendous movie.
The serial killers for some reason never scared me because I feel like I could think of ways to outsmart a serial killer. Something with the spiritual horror of things you can't see, things you don't know about, things you can't control. That was always scary to me. But I would watch the movies like Halloween. I'm like, okay, what would I do in this situation? So it was almost like a puzzle. I'm like, what would I do if I was
And
them?
I think that's the thing. I mean, you always think, what would I do in this situation? It's almost like you're a part of the movie, and that is what scares me. But I'm like I said, I make my big curve, my big walk around horror movies if I manage to. But you never know who's around who wants to watch a movie, and some people want to watch horror movies. I mean, I would watch one with you and Carrion. I think I would be in good
We'll
hands.
pick a good one.
Okay, yeah, deal. This question is from Caro. She writes, if you had to name one WWE superstar from the current roster, who is most likely to be a supernatural creature?
It has to be. It has to be a wrestler.
Hmm.
Can it be? Can't be a
Male
free.
or female?
Okay, because I was first thing I was gonna say is Michael Hayes. He's pretty supernatural. He's the first one I would say. Otherwise, I mean, but I feel like Uncle Howdy is an easy answer for supernatural. Uncle Howdy.
Great answer,
I
actually. Didn't think of
like
that.
Hayes.
Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense. Makes sense.
yeah.
um, do you remember the moment you first thought about using the hourglass? This is a question from Ramon.
So the hourglass was actually something that Carrion used for a very long time. So the concept of time and death and the doomsday clock was always his. So that's something that he brought into WWE beforehand. So that was definitely his thing, and I was very lucky to be the one who was honored to put that hourglass down in front of Adam Cole and Roman Reigns for the first time. So I give Carrion all that credit.
Amazing. By the way, I think we're close the mark where we're supposed to finish. Do you have a couple of minutes left?
Oh, sure,
Oh,
of
cool.
course.
Oh, cool. I'm gonna read these questions to you. Great questions. Great questions. Lars writes, of the following WWE superstars, who can you trust the least? Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, or Logan Paul?
Probably Logan Paul, because I feel like he's just gonna tell you what you want to hear. I think he's just gonna tell you what you want to hear, and then turn around, go on his YouTube channel, say something else. Like I would say Logan Paul.
Yeah, I think so too. He's an influencer, you know, he tells you what you want to hear.
Yeah, I mean he's like a Hollywood type. I know he's from Ohio, but yeah, he's such a Hollywood type. Can't trust him.
Social media
Mm.
superstar. This is a great question too. It's from Boris. He writes, observant fans have noticed that Karrion adapts to the look of superstars he encounters. Is that something you can imagine doing yourself with the female superstars?
Potentially yes, but I do like to stay in my own lane of style. But in general, I think if anyone's read the 48 Laws of Power, and by the way, some people read that book trying to become a manipulator. Some people read that book to prevent being manipulated. And one of the things that people do who are very manipulative, they'll mirror and things like that. So I have done that in my promos before. If I'm speaking to somebody, I'll mirror. Like if I'm mirroring you right now, this makes you trust me a bit. Like this, if I do this, you're agreeing with me. But see, you're nodding right now. See, you're just nodding. But
Hmm.
this is things like that I would do in my promos, not in real life.
So, whose look would you like to try for yourself? Give me a couple of names from the females in WWE.
Best fashion, Tiffany has fantastic fashion. Jade, absolute star. She looks amazing all the time. Bianca, she designs her own clothes, so she's amazing. But we have a lot of very fashionable women on our roster, so I would swap closets with a few of them for sure.
Interesting, very interesting. This is the most frequently asked questions. I just picked one from Nina. Do you want to get back in the ring yourself? Everybody wants to know that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always open to it. I train. I'm always ready. I love managing. Managing's always been my favorite thing to do, but I do like wrestling when it means something and there's a good story. The dream would be to have the first intergender match. Will that happen? I don't know, but that's what I was known for on the Indies before. But having a singles match against Dom Mysterio, that would be that would be amazing.
Wow, who would have thought? I'd like to see that. I'd
Tell
buy tickets.
tell the
Let's go for it.
person.
Let's go for it. Stephanie has an interesting question here. Is the Women's Intercontinental Championship something you are interested in?
I'm interested in every single title, of course, but my focus right now is definitely making sure that Karrion Kross becomes the next WWE champion. That is 100% my focus right now. We can do both at the same time, though. Absolutely. But my focus right now is making sure Kross gets the title he deserves.
I think you have to convince him to come back. He was on the show a couple of years ago. I have to do a second one with him because he's such a multi-layer person, you know. He has so many personalities and facets. I don't think that you can cover him in like 30 minutes. It's not
Oh,
enough time.
he talks a lot longer and better than I do. He's so eloquent and well spoken. I'm more blunt and direct, so we balance each other very well. Um, right now he is walking the dogs, but if he does decide to step in before, I'll grab him on camera.
No inconveniences, but he has to come back. He has to come back, and also you have to come back too. I think we could talk for hours. It's very interesting what you're saying, but we should hit a quick shout out for Backlash. Speaking of the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lyra Valkyria will defend said championship against Becky Lynch. Who do you think will walk away with the gold?
Lyra is one of my favorite new people in the locker room. She is so beautiful inside and out as a person. She's such a hard worker. She's just such a pure soul who loves wrestling, and I want to see her win so badly. I think people like her are so good for this business, and I think Becky's amazing. Like Becky, like that's the man. Like she broke through the ceiling, like up there with the men. Like so, she has an absolute great shot. Love Becky to death. But I would like to see Lyra take it. I think she has an incredible future ahead of her.
Yeah, I think so too. And big shout out to Becky Lynch. I mean, she's been on like two Raws and WrestleMania and left quite the impression. You know, she's the man, like you said. Like you said. Christian wants to know, who would you love to face inside of a WWE ring? I would like to see you against Alexa Bliss, he
Oh, I
writes.
would love that. The answer is still what I said before, Dom Mysterio. Want to wrestle first intergender match, but hell yeah, I'll wrestle Alexa. Oh my God, yes. Um, but it kind of breaks my heart when I hear that, because I feel like it was supposed to happen with Bray Wyatt and Alexa versus me and Cross. That was something that was discussed years ago. So when I hear her name, I just know that match was talked about, and it was. I feel like it would have happened by now, but I'm definitely still open to it in the future.
Oh, it gives me goosebumps thinking about that. That would have been great. I mean, just the look of it, the presentation. I'm not speaking of the moves, just the entrances and the intimidating facials and everything. That would have been something. Wow. Tim wants to know, what was the best moment you've had together with Karrion inside of a WWE ring?
Best moment? I have so many. So inside a WWE ring, definitely the first time we were at WrestleMania, and we took a moment after our entrance to just look at the crowd. And the people actually caught it on camera too, and people were posting about it. They're like, "Oh, look at them just taking a moment to appreciate everything." But people caught it, because normally we don't kiss, because we don't want to take people out of it. You know, not everyone likes the PDA, and the mystery of it is a bit more interesting to us. But we did kiss, and we said I love you, and we just took a moment to look at the crowd and just appreciate where we were at and how long it took to get there.
Wow. You guys have this amazing chemistry. If you're in a relationship yourself, you can measure it. I mean, it's just there. It's just there. And also so many examples for that. I mean, I remember that episode of Celtic Warrior Workouts where you guys were on. Like the chemistry you have, the jokes you make, but also you can be serious in the next second. And you gave so many great pieces of advice. For example, you said you do a whole body routine 3 times a week instead of like doing an extra body part every day. And had I known that earlier, like when I was on the indies, I would like destroy one body part every day, which is totally wrong. And I was hurt so many times. But alone that piece of advice was magic to me. You said so many interesting things there. You have to go back on that show. I think that was one of the best episodes Seamus ever did.
Thank you.
Last question before you leave. Karen's impressions, his Jesse Ventura, his Arnold, does he speak like that at home? Because I would celebrate if that is
Yes,
true.
all the time, and he has so many more that he hasn't done yet, and he doesn't want me to tell you guys what they are. I want to so bad, but he has so many more, and he's so good at it. But I hope he starts to pull out some more impressions. He's very very good at them. But yeah, he has a lot more under his belt. So if you guys can egg him on to do some more, but they're really really good.
So, Scarlett, I hope you liked the fan questions. I hope you had a good time. I had a great time, and I think you have to go back on the show. I mean, we haven't. I mean, if you were a planet, we have just discovered 1 or 2 countries. There's a lot left. There's a lot left.
Yes, there's a lot we didn't talk about. Um, yeah, I think Cross and I should come on next time together.
Wow, that sounds like a plan. That would be awesome. Yeah, let's do this. So thank you so much for your time. Stay happy, stay healthy, and all the best for the next couple of weeks. I will be watching Raw. I will also do the commentary in Germany, so I will be your voice and Karen's voice too.
Will you be coming out here anytime soon?
Uh, Nothing planned, but you never know with WWE. I had a year when I was in the States like 20 or 25 times. I was jet lagged the whole year, and you never know in this profession. Anything can happen, but nothing's planned for the next couple of months.
So in the next few months, keep me posted on Morocco. If you go to Morocco, and let me know how it goes.
I will be the special agent for Morocco.
Please.
Thank you so much, and yeah, have a great
Thank you.
time.
You
Yeah.
too. Bye.